Good morning, everybody. Here we are back again. We're going to do a test day, test slash triceps. So I guess it really is a push day. Today's going to be a good day. It's obviously Saturday. Well, I say obviously, you guys probably don't know that, but it is Saturday, so I have all day today. All day. I have a lot more time today than I usually do. So we're gonna hit chest first. I'm gonna walk you through it. It's pretty much gonna be a similar sort of routine to what I've done before, but I'm going to walk you through it. There's going to be a little bit more volume today than what I usually do. And yeah, I mean, we're going to start with obviously stretching the chest. It's super, super important when you're going to start doing any exercise. My typical kind of like advice that I have for warm-ups, and I've done it all. I've done cardio in the beginning. I've done 10-15 minutes on the bike. I've done 10-15 minutes on the treadmill. I've done active stretching, when you kind of like move your joints and whatever. And they all typically tend to work. I'm not gonna lie. However, what I find the best, and this is ironically, this is something that I didn't. Nobody told me that this is probably the best way to do it. I just kind of like figured it out myself, but primarily because I was kind of like too lazy to do 10-15 minutes or even 5 minutes of cardio before lifting anything. And it got to a point where I was like, well, this is shit, so might as well just, you know, bang some reps here with lighter weight and then see how that goes. And the point that what I'm trying to actually go with this is when you warm up, the best way to warm up is to do the first exercise that you were going to do anyway as a warm up. So reduce the weight, obviously significantly reduce the weight, and kind of like, do a couple of slow, controlled reps so you can actually, stretch the muscle and get it moving in the way that it will be moving. And I find that this is probably the best way to kind of like warm yourself up. Everything else seems to be like a subpar way. Of course, look, I mean, if you want to do 5 minute, 10 minute cardio, like a very slow, steady, whatever you want to call it, cardio, by all means. But I just think that this works better because this actually puts the muscles that you're going to work out under tension, and you're stretching them, and you're getting in tune with your own body. So yeah, keep that in mind. But with that being said, we're gonna start again with mid-chest pec flies. As I've said before, this does take a little bit of time to sort of set up, but once you do, you can do the second exercise here as well with minimal changes, and I'll show you how that looks like. But this is probably one of the best exercises that you can actually start with to properly stretch your muscles all the way. So just show you what that looks like. There you go. So you arch your back just a little bit. Your upper back is going to be fixed on the bench, and then you have your elbows slightly bent, and they point downwards. Not like that, but they do point downwards, so they don't flare up. Is what I'm trying to say, right? And then you just open up your chest, hold it there, and then just drive. Once you come here, squeeze your chest, right? It's easy to do it. I don't think I have a better explanation other than just squeeze your chest at the top. But it's easy to do it. Like once you're there, it's kind of like you sort of like you're just pushing your chest together with your shoulders. You're just using your shoulders to squeeze everything together. Hopefully that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. It does actually make sense. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, stretch and stretch all the way. All right, that's pretty good for a warm up. So, one of the things that I will say, now that I'm actually starting to film myself do stuff more often, and obviously I have the whole clip, and I can actually see what I'm doing, there's so many form cues that I can see on the videos that I couldn't otherwise be able to see. This is why, in my opinion, it's very good, especially as a beginner. It's very, very good to start working out with someone. Not because, it will motivate you, you will motivate each other to go to the gym and start lifting and, do the weight and all that and train hard because the other person is going to be training hard. So what? Are you not? Not just that, but the other person can actually see what you're doing and that he can be like, oh, this doesn't look good, or, your elbows are going to, you're flaring them up, or there's an imbalance there as you go down. And then you can actually be like, oh, yeah, there is an imbalance actually, which otherwise I think it would take you years to fucking figure it out. And even if you do, then it's probably too late because you've already created an imbalance there that you could have avoided. Now, guys, I'm not saying don't go to the gym if you don't have a friend. It's not what I'm saying. All right. It's better to go to the gym than to not go to the gym under any circumstances, in my opinion. But yeah, the thing that I'm getting at is now that I'm actually filming myself, I can see sort of mistakes that I'm doing while I do an exercise that it would be very hard to, spot them otherwise. And now because I'm filming, I can actually see them and fix them. One of them is last time I had the actual cables that were further up, and that it wasn't too bad, but it created a little bit of a weird position because my shoulders as I was going back, they were kind of like being pushed up, or rather pulled up, and that obviously wasn't very very good. But now that these are down there, it's kind of like in a lower position. My shoulders are actually being pushed down or pulled down, rather, not pushed down. But yeah, you get the idea. So now I can actually focus better on the actual exercise. So yeah, always check your form. Always get someone to check your form, or just do it yourself with your own phone. Just set it up and just do it so you can see what's actually happening. It's a very good. I think that's a very good advice in my opinion. It will save you some trouble later. So this is going to be the last warm up set. I've already done two. One that you guys didn't see. But yeah. Moving to the actual sets now. I'm going to do 3 sets here, and then I'm going to do 3 sets of the next exercise, and then 3 sets of the next exercise. So it's going to be a 3 set workout instead of 4. If you're moving the way that I'm moving, which is obviously very slow and very controlled, and there is a lot of weight actually on the actual exercise. If you're moving like that, if this is how you do your workout, I think 4 sets is sometimes an overkill. In my opinion, I think 4 sets is definitely an overkill. Because if you're doing anywhere from 8 to 14 or 10 to 15 reps like that, I don't really see the point of needing to do 4 sets. It's just my opinion. Unless obviously you're just going to do 2 exercises and then that's it. But if you can do 3 exercises, 3 sets each like this, I think you're going to be fine. Right, so as I said, I'm going to move into the first set now. I've obviously increased the weight. Always do your heavy sets in the beginning of the exercise. Doing the light sets first and then the heavy sets makes 0 sense. I'll explain why in a sec. Oh. Right. So, every single time you do an exercise, you've got to understand something. Your first set after the warm up, your first set is going to be your strongest set. If that doesn't make sense by itself, I know what to tell you. The first set that you do is always going to be the strongest. Why? Because you're going to be the most. How should I say this? At the high, there's going to be zero fatigue. Your muscles are not sore. Your nervous system is not taxed. You're just primed and ready for it. It's the first set of the exercise. Of course, the first set is going to be stronger than your last set. Of course, it's going to be that way, not the other way around. So when I see people do light sets first, and then they go to the heavy sets, it just blows my mind. I don't understand like the thinking behind that. Maybe they confuse warm up with an actual set. Oh, that is just dumb. So yeah, heavy sets always come first, and then you just move to the lighter sets. If you do the lighter sets first and then you move to the heavy sets, you're not. The heavy sets are gonna be shit. Why? Because you just build up a ton of fatigue doing light stuff, and then the heavy sets, which are actually scientifically proven that the more weight you can actually move properly with proper technique and a proper deep stretch, this is the most hypertrophic shit you can do. And you're just wasting a bunch of energy doing light stuff. Heavy sets first. Don't let me catch you doing light shit first. Alright, so second set, I'm gonna keep the same weight, probably reduce it a little bit by a plate on the last set, but we'll see. Alright, that was good enough. So yeah, I'm gonna reduce the weight by a plate and just do a few more reps in the last set, and then I'm gonna move into the second exercise. See you later. Right, so last set, as I said, I reduced the weight by a plate, and I'm gonna get this done, and then we're gonna move into the second exercise of the day, which is upper chest, and we're gonna talk about it in a sec. All right. We're going to move into the second set. Before we do that, second exercise rather, but before we do that, I just want to give you one very, very important form cue. Whatever exercise you're doing, as you approach failure or coming very close to it, let's say you're 1 rep shy of failure, and you do that rep just like I did, the way down, I cannot stress this enough, on the way down, control this as much as you can, as if you were going to do another rep. If at the end of the set, when you've accumulated so much fatigue and the muscle has been worked out and it has been stretched, and if you just let it go, so you do your reps, right? And then that's the last rep that you can do genuinely. And then you just let it go. This is the worst thing you can possibly do from a health perspective. You're going to tear something up eventually. So, yeah, I don't care how tired you are. I can't stress this enough. I don't care how tired you are. Control the eccentric, especially as you reach failure. This is no joke. You're going to get yourself fucked if you don't. So, yeah, control it. I know you're tired, but... And I'm not saying like control it like this, but I'm saying control it and then let it go. All right, so second exercise for the day. This is for the upper chest. And I've said this before, I'll say this again. Upper chest is probably the hardest muscle to grow because it's very hard to isolate. Then this exercise is very good at, you guessed it, isolating the top pec. So, how you do it? So, the bench behind me is in an incline, as you can probably see. So, the reason it's on an incline is because I want it out of the way for the most part. I want some support on my lower back, so my bum is in a fixed position. So that's why it's not all the way flat down, right? So my lower back, my back rather, I'm gonna arch it and I'm gonna keep it here. It's gonna move a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it here for the most part. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, proud the chest, let your shoulders go back, and then I'm gonna bring that to the top. Control the eccentric. Make sure you stretch. You should feel it on your top, on the top pec. You should feel it when you do this. And then you come up. Don't curl the weight. Don't do this. Don't curl it. So your elbows have to be pretty much in a fixed position as well. And then you stretch. And you come up. Control. Eccentric. Stretch. And drive. One other thing. Don't come all the way up there. That's front delts. So you're losing pretty much every single thing that has to do with the top back. You're just giving into the front delts, so don't do that. Now I'm gonna stop talking because I need to focus. Nope. Oh. This is an amazing exercise for the top pecs. And as I said, this part of the back is actually very difficult to target. You're using it when you do stuff like, when you're bench pressing on an incline, when you're doing shoulder presses. You are using part of it, but you never really isolate it. And that's why I think it's very difficult to grow this upper part of the chest. Even when you do incline bench press, which is supposed to be top chest focused, it's not really, because it doesn't isolate it. How are you going to perform any pressing movement without, using your triceps? How are you going to perform any pressing movement without using your shoulders to an extent to stabilize the weight at the very least? It's very difficult to isolate the top part, but I find that this exercise specifically is probably the best exercise that I have come across. Could be wrong, there could be more, but this is the best exercise that I have come across to really isolate the top side of the chest and focus on it primarily. We're going to do some Smith presses in a second, and even these presses, they're upper chest focused. But again, as I said, how are you not going to use triceps when you're doing a pressing movement? How are you not going to use your shoulders to pretty much stabilize the weight? And again, the Smith method takes the stability a little bit out of it. Not entirely so, I don't think. I can still feel these things doing something. So yeah, this is definitely one of the best exercises to isolate the top side of the chest. So please use it. Right, so second set. As I mentioned, your bum is in a fixed position. That's why the bench is on a slight incline. And then these elbows have to be fixed as well, so you don't fucking curl the weight like an idiot. And then you're coming up and you squeeze at the top. Control, proud chest, all the way to the bottom. Big stretch up. Remember to arch your back so you can actually get that deep, nice stretch on your chest. Come on. Nope. Oh. Yeah. This was pretty good. Righty, that's it. And then I think we're going to move into some sort of shoulder press. You know, so what kind of a push there is it if you don't do shoulder presses? Plus my chest is fucking gone. Nope. That was not moving. All right, that's good enough. Well, let's do some shoulder presses then. So shoulder presses, you probably see we're in a bit of an incline. That's because I want to target the upper chest again. Because why not? Let's see how that weight feels. Alright. I think I'm gonna go a bit lighter. Because my upper chest is fucked. And I'm tired. Right. Second set, 2 out of 3. So a couple of tips that I can give you straight off the bat. Once the weight is here, it has to almost touch the shoulders. If you can touch them, touch them. Proud chest, you drive, control the eccentric. That's pause drive. Whoosh. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh yeah, that was a lot better. Lighter weight. I needed lighter weight for that. But yeah, hopefully the technique is very, very simple and self-explanatory. But look, once you're here, you need to touch the barbell to your shoulder. The barbell. You need to touch the dumbbell to your shoulder. Proud chest. And then you drive up. Control the eccentric. Proud chest. when I say proud chest, it's like as you come down, you sort of arch your back and you kind of like, it's kind of like your chest is trying to reach for the weight. But as you come down, it's like, whoop. See what I mean? Push. Hopefully that makes sense. One more set. That was good. Right, lateral raises and then some triceps. Well, yeah, so we're going to move into lateral raises. I'm using the cable because for me, I don't know if that's the case with you guys, but I can get a better stretch and a better mind muscle connection with this. So I'm using this. Oh, 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 these were terrible. Whew. Right. One other thing, when you do this, you really do not need a lot of weight. If you're doing it properly, pausing and then you just slowly controlling the centering and then explosive. You're being explosive all the way up. I can't fucking speak. When you're controlling it the way down, you don't really need a lot of weight. Don't put a lot of weight. Put your ego to the side on these ones. You really don't need it. They're so good. Right. Second set. Oh, come on. Oh, no problem. Oh, oh. All right, last set, last painful last set. So. Oh no! Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Oh, oh, all right. Some triceps and we're out of here. Okay. Tricep extensions and then we get to go home. Yes. 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 Yeah. Oh. 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 All right. One of the things that I like doing is putting my right or left foot, whatever it feels the best for you guys, to that thing over there. It's kind of like it helps me stabilize myself. I don't know, maybe that might be just me, but I like doing it anyway. So you're stretching all the way. So you're letting it go and then pausing and then drive. Ugh. Ugh. That was a little bit about drops and everything. Oh, yeah. The systemic fatigue is catching up here. But one more set. One more set. Right. Last set. Right, last set. Took a plate off, so it's a little bit lighter. Always. I said this again. I said this before. I'll say this again. Heavy sets first, lighter sets towards the end of the workout, or the set, or the exercise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. Ugh. 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 Superset it? Fuck it, why not? I'm just reduce the weight a little bit here. Oh. Oh, I can't look it. Oh. Ooh. That was alright. Alright. Some posing then. We'll call it the day. Alright. So chest wise, yeah, we're looking good. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So yeah, that will be the day. I'll see you tomorrow with legs.